here we are with episode 30 of the Wilderness Podcast. Today's date is April 13th, 2017. Over here you got Dilz, and over there you got Deagin.
Hey, what's going on?
Not a lot. What's going on with you?
Real life stuff, nothing.
Kill.
Just, I have nothing to do. I actually applied to a couple jobs. Don't think I'm going to get them, though. Just because you just see the stack of resumes and application notices.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, maybe if I'm lucky. I think I waited a little bit too late.
Point.
I think most of the students that around here that are like, oh, I'm working for the summer, applied, 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. So I really haven't done anything real life, but games wise, quite a bit. There's a lot of really good games that are out, so
yeah, let's hear 'em. What are you playing?
I've been playing Yooka-Laylee. That came out on the 11th? Or maybe it was the 12th. I don't know. It came out a couple days ago.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. There's a lot of, really weird backlash with the game, because it's made by the same company that made, GoldenEye, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. That's all the game, the Rare Games company. It's the only thing I can think off the top of my head. And they made a new company, and it was a really successful Kickstarter. And this is kind of the successor to the Banjo-Tooie series.
Okay.
So it's just a collectible kind of exploration game. And I don't know. I looking at the reviews, people either give it a 1 or a 5, which is super weird. Either you love it or you hate it, but I don't know. They're not reinventing the wheel, right? They're just kind of making games how they exactly how they used to, and it's actually a really fun game.
All that I know about it is from Donkey's video on YouTube.
Yeah,
He did a little review, but
what does he say about it?
He's basically saying it's basically Banjo-Kazooie, but it's got some issues, I guess.
Well, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people I don't know what everyone was expecting. It's Banjo 1, it was a really compact collectible game where you're just collecting, the birds and all that shit.
Puzzle pieces and shit.
Yeah. And then Banjo-Tooie, it was way more explore the world, kind of just have fun with it. Try and collect everything. It's going to be a lot harder. And then so you kind of assume that Yooka-Laylee is going to be that, Banjo-Tooie kind of, and it's that, right? It's a bigger, fucking, the worlds are really big. And pretty fun. People were saying that the characters don't seem like they fit in the worlds, but so far I completely disagree. I like all the characters, and they have some really neat little character design. My only complaint is shitty cameras. The camera work in that game, I've died or fucked up something just because the cameras start bugging out, and that's my only actual complaint. But I don't know, it's kind of everything I expected, I think a lot of people got overhyped for it, thinking it was going to be the next greatest thing, but yeah.
I think part of the problem is, as well, is those games are huge when we were younger too.
Yep.
So at least I know I've gone through it, where when I first got Nintendo Wii and they had some of the older games from Nintendo 64 on their online store.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few of them that I was like, oh man, Pokemon Snap, I love that game. That's going to be so much fun. Bought it, and I played it for an hour or so, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna beat it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It was fun. It kind of wore off, and I feel maybe, I don't know, people are jumping in expecting to have as much fun with, what's the Kazooka-Laylee? Is that what it's called?
Yooka-Laylee.
Yooka-Laylee?
Okay.
Yeah, people are expecting to jump into that and enjoy it as much as they enjoyed, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah. I mean, it's more of a relaxing game where you just kind of sit back, you lean back in your chair, or lay down on your couch, and you just kind of play and kind of just chill and collect stuff and explore. And
sure,
I don't know, it's fine. It's a simple game, and it does what it's supposed to do. So I can't complain.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah. Other than that, there was Bayonetta that got a PC port this week. It's $25 or something Canadian.
Okay.
It's it's Devil May Cry in terms of kind of a hack and slash, combo people and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's a super fun game, so I've been playing that as well.
Cool.
What else? Been playing a little bit of Nier, but that shit crashes every 30 minutes. It's been like a month and they haven't fixed it yet. Yeah. Which sucks. Yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna fix it. And then PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I think that's
right. Okay.
Yeah, and then RuneScape related, because I've been playing all those games. I've pretty much been woodcutting all week.
Oh yeah.
I think I started at 78 when I first started woodcutting, and I'm like 87 now.
Shit.
Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm 87 woodcutting now, so I'll probably hit 90 by the time I'm done playing all the games and go back to bossing and stuff.
Not if you get a job. That's all out the window as soon as you get that call.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully. I'm fucking bored as hell, like, all day.
Start streaming. There's your job right there.
I've streamed for, like, friends and stuff, and it's kind of like, it's really boring. Like, I've looked back at my past broadcasts and stuff, and one issue is I always forget my Twitch account infos. I can never remember it. Like, the other thing is, yeah, like, I look back like an hour broadcast, and if I'm not actively talking to my friends and playing with them, the streams are like really fun. It's just me kind of silent. All you hear is like the controller. I'm like, or just like a fucking like loud, obnoxious keyboard.
Dude, you just gotta have fun with it. You gotta pretend like you're some like radio DJ host.
Yeah, but how,
pretend you're podcasting by yourself.
Yeah, if I'm killing hellhounds or like playing ukulele, how do you make that fun? It's, do I just like do what every RuneScape streamer does and overreact? Like, oh my god, I hit a 50! Whoa! Like, you just kind of...
It's a good way.
I don't know.
Get some cleavage. Works.
Yeah, that's true. So drinking a lot of milk, get those hormones, get those man boobs.
A lot of milk.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll find a way to make it more interesting. But
back to the woodcutting. How many logs have you gotten? Or how much money have you made so far?
Let me log in and check. I'm like standing right next to the bank in the Woodcutters Guild.
Are you cutting magic trees?
No, I'm just doing use.
Oh, you're still doing use.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure use is better experience, and I don't know. It just takes me way too long to get a single magic tree.
That's what I like about magic though, because it's so AFK.
Yeah. So I have 14,184 U logs. I have 37 bird's nests with seeds and 8 with rings. I haven't opened any of them yet, though.
How much money are those U logs worth?
I'm trying to find out, but 5.1 mil.
Damn. Yo, can I have 3 mil? I need to borrow 3 mil.
Yeah, why not,
It's a solid investment. Like, either... Okay, whatever. I'm gonna keep going. Fuck it.
Well, it's pretty much bond money for both my accounts, because I think I might have mentioned this before, but I've had this buddy that I met through playing, like, WoW when I was, like... It was in 2009, 2008.
Okay.
I was in this WoW guild, and we made friends with this one dude who I'm, like, really... Like, he's probably is my best friend. Like, me and him fucking talk all the time, like, daily. But, he played RuneScape once and just, like, fished and got bored and quit. This was, like, when Oldschool came out.
Yep.
And, me and then my one buddy that I've known since, like, middle school, like, we play a lot of RuneScape and we talk about it and stuff. Like, in our Discord, like, we have, like, a little friendly Discord that me and my buddies hang out in. And, he, like, would always make jokes and stuff, and then, like, slowly over the months, over the course of a year, he's kind of like, man, you guys are still playing this? Like, wow. Like, he plays WoW, and he still quits all the time, But he's noticed that me and my buddy are, like, been captivated by this game for years. And, so he's kind of like, oh, yeah, I should try it out. And, a couple weeks ago, he was like, yo, you want to play some RuneScape? I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. So I went and made a new account, and, me and him, like, met up in Lumbridge, and I transferred over, like, a bunch of quest items and shit, just to get, like, Imp Catcher and,
Yeah.
all the stupid quests out of the way. And we went and, over the, like, course of the, like, week or whatever, or in one day, we got, like, 80% of them done, but we finished up the rest of them last night, and I think all we have to do now is Dragon Slayer.
Damn.
And I don't know, he likes just running around with me doing free-to-play quests, and I was testing out,
He's actually enjoying the quests?
Yeah, he
I
seems
used
to have
love this
fun.
game,
Like
man.
a lot of it is just kind of like he follows me, right? And we just kind of talk as we do the quests, and then like, all right,
Yeah,
let's talk
okay.
to this guy, and then we'll like talk to him, and I kind of walk him through them because I have all the quests memorized except for like Prince, Alley, Rescue, and like Dragon Slayer. I think those are the only ones I have to look up a guide for.
Nice.
The rest of them, because I've done those so many times, I can just efficiently kind of get them all done at once.
I still haven't done Night Sword.
Really?
Yep.
So, here, I'll look up his stats, because like he hasn't really done too much. Like he does combat and whatnot in prayer, but like he hasn't done too much skilling, and I kind of like don't tell him what the quest rewards are so we can kind of be surprised. But like doing Night Sword, you go from 1 to 29 smithing experience. Like
Well,
it's
that could help
12.
me because I need to get 83.
Yeah, it's 12.5k smithing experience. In doing Doric's quest. Oh, sorry about that. It's my ringtone. But let me mute that. But yeah, like doing like Doric's, like the Doric's quest, the mining one, it gets you like 1 to 11 mining. So you get like all these nice little perks, I guess, just from doing the quests. And it's, when you're low level, it's huge. Like he was freaking out instantly getting 29 smithing.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, what the fuck? Like that was his highest stat for like a day. And then he started grinding at other things. But I don't know. I was doing like a lot of free to play testing to kind of find out efficient ways to get your stats and start grinding the end game free to play content, which is Obor, the hill giant.
Right, yep.
And so pretty much from my findings, what I've found is, by the time if you instantly do Imp Slayer or Imp Catcher and then the Witch's Potion and Vampire Slayer, you get like 11 magic, I think, from doing the Imp Catcher and the Witch's Potion. And then when you Earth Strike, like, cause you can get money through Stronghold Security or whatever, but you can Earth Strike, the Vampire, and he makes it really easy to kill. And then you should finish off at like 13 or 14 magic. And then like straight from there, I've just been fire striking hill giants on my free to play account. Like I haven't transferred anything except for 10k worth of imp beads and shit.
Yeah, okay.
And you can pretty much get free prayer and magic experience. You can like either sell half the bones you get or like collect pretty much every item you get from the hill giants and you'll get free prayer and magic experience while you're getting giant keys. And you can just do that shit and like
How
until I don't know. I'm just like kind of
how
figuring
busy
it all out.
is it down there?
So far it's like you can mage them until you have 50 magic and then you should try and get 40 prayer for protect range and then you can snare and farcast the hill giant boss. And you won't take any damage if you're praying range.
Do you find there's a lot of people at Hill Giants?
Oh, dude, it's fucking shit packed all the time.
Yeah, okay.
Like me and him have to like go because we'll like play together, right? And we'll have to like
Yeah.
go into like one of the safe spot areas and just like gang up on someone and make them world hop, and then we'll get the little zone for ourselves.
Oh, you horrible person.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah, I don't know. It's pretty fun. Like doing Dragon Slayer, you get 33 strength and defense from level 1, I think. So when you do Dragon Slayer, you get 33 strength and 33 defense if you're at level 1.
Yeah, I know that. Want to know why I know that?
You did that by accident on a pure?
Sort of. When I was younger, I had a Pure, which is now my main account, but this was like, when I was way younger and my parents were paying for my membership, or I got it for a birthday present or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to get my second account as a membership, like there's no way. There's no way. But there's a kid that like lived down the road, and he used to love watching me play RuneScape. And I was making this free to play pure, and he wanted him to go PKing in members, so he offered to pay for it. And then I was like, okay, and then you can go on it, but just don't sell or don't train anything and stuff like that. Like, just don't fuck around.
Yeah. And
then apparently, like one day, like I think he had a friend over, and they were like, "Oh, he hasn't done Dragon Slayer yet. Like, let's do it quickly. Like, he's got all the other quests done." Because I logged on, I had 33 defense, and I was like, "What?" It was a good account. It had like 85 range, 85 magic, like 70 strength, 60 attack. Like it was a decent account. It had Desert
Yeah.
Treasure done and all that shit, but
That's
Nope.
brutal.
yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one thing I've noticed because going back to the free to play thing, like I've tried to get like maybe 4 or 5 friends into playing the game. And, like that I've like never played it or always just seen as like that silly game.
Yeah.
And one of them used to play it and like now he's, you know, pretty well off. He's got a pretty good account. He plays it like all the time. And then this
Nice.
buddy, and like everyone else ends up quitting because they don't know what the hell to do.
Yep.
And so like I can kind of sit down with them and we'll like do shit together and all that stuff. Like I don't know. And it's fun just testing stuff out. Like my account's got like 40 attack and like 11 strength and 1 defense. And I don't know, I was killing cows for like money on it, and so I could buy a full rune by the time I do Dragon Slayer and whatnot. And I don't know, it's really fun. Like he really wants to buy a bond, but I'm kind of like slowing him down, like, or not buy a bond, buy membership. But like I kind of want to like phase him into it because he wants to like get membership so we can do Hill Giants with no one else around. But
Well, I mean, if he's kind of excited to do that, I feel like tell him to just open up the world map and be like, yeah, you see all that other area? That's all member shit. You can do
oh yeah,
something.
I've like explained to him that like once you become members, like doing Hill Giants for money like is not that good. It's good in free to play because that's all there really is, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I just don't want you to get overwhelmed and then just play once that month and cancel and kind of feel like you wasted money. It's like, man, I want you to like kind of get through, like finish the Hill Giant content. And then, you know, by the time he gets the stats that he's happy with, like I'm not telling him what to get, but like I have my own free to play goals set. I just let him do whatever. The only thing I'm like, you know, let's do Dragon Slayer before we go members. Just, you know, it's the rite of passage for every new player is Dragon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, no, it is. That's basically the free. I don't know. It's just the gatekeeper to membership. I always thought of it as.
But I slowly, like, I'm not trying to overwhelm him. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, like if you like really like questing like the way we quest, like we quest super efficiently, and I'm pretty sure he loves it. Like he seemed to really enjoy it when we did it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, man, once we hit members, like we got, you know, a day of just doing efficient questing and like considering he's level like 40 right now, his account like isn't too bad. You know, he's got 1 free to play quest done. I think he's got enough for full rune. He can't even use it yet. He can't use any rune pieces. Like, I don't know. He's doing like better off than like most people in free to play. And I don't know. It'll be pretty fun. But it's the one thing I'm worried about is once he gets members, I'm going to have to start bonding my account to play with them.
One running.
Yeah, but it's going to get to a point where like I have 2 main accounts. Like, what am I going to do with 2 main accounts?
Turn that into like your farming account. Just make it kill wyverns and brutal black dragons and.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking when he's not playing, I'll just spin Bowflax on him.
Why?
Just something super AFK.
Yeah, okay.
You know, make some money, maybe get bonds, and I can like enough bonds for both accounts. I don't know how much time you'd have to put in per 2 weeks though to get that enough money for that.
Word. All right.
Other than that, that's pretty much everything.
Cool.
What about you?
Anyways, yeah, my week. No, not too much. Smithing on RuneScape. I think I'm at like 72 smithing or something. I don't even know.
Nice.
With someone in our clan chat that's just like, why aren't you doing Blast Furnace? And I was just
why aren't you?
It's honestly, if it's after work on a weekday, there's no way I'm gonna either. The reason I don't do Blast Furnace or haven't done it yet is just because like after work I'm so exhausted. I don't want to really learn it because I've never actually done it. I know the gist of it, but I'd have to look through all, you know, the actual mechanics and how, you know, the steps and all that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got no fucking clue. Which really wouldn't take long,
streamlined.
but the only problem is it's just I'm so fucking exhausted after work that it's like I'm gonna save it to the weekend. Like even right here, I'm just like, man, if I just stop responding, just, you know, call my cell phone and wake me up.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just fucking worn out, but just busy at work and shit, so.
Yeah, I know with like Blast Furnace, they streamlined a lot of it, so it's not like you have to like do the pedal shit.
Yeah, exactly. I saw you could pay people off to do it for you and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do want to try because it's, from what I've read and everyone said too, it's like the experience is like better than smithing mithril darts by like tenfold, you know?
Yep.
But for now, we're still smithing mithril darts just because, I can fucking do something else on the other screen and I don't have to look back for the next 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing that, and then I think just Final Fantasy 15. So yeah, I don't know, pretty standard week. Ain't nothing goes on. So let's move on to the news. Take it away.
It's a pretty eventful week. There is Twitch Prime. So if you have Twitch Prime, you get a free month of membership. Little Twitch Prime deal going on.
If I'm not mistaken, if you have Amazon Prime, you automatically get Twitch Prime, right?
Yep.
Which automatically gives you a RuneScape free membership.
Yeah, 1 month of free membership. So, might as well cash in if you have it.
Not bad.
Get a free month. Doesn't hurt. You can always throw it on like an alt account and make money for your main account if you really want. Do whatever with it. But yeah.
Seems like Jagex is trying to get a little cozy with Twitch.
Yep.
I can dig it.
Yeah, I'm down. And so for news, the word of the news, they this week they've released the Wilderness Slayer Taskmaster, and they've just released Wilderness Slayer.
Yeah.
So you can find the Taskmaster. She's like at the Edgeville jail, which is like very very like barely northeast of the bank. I don't know if you've seen the witch that's like been in prison, but yeah, now they're like a Taskmaster.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we covered her a little bit. Maybe it was last week. I'm not too sure, but yeah, there's like you can pretty much do, anything from like scorpions to like lava dragons and wilderness bosses and whatnot.
Those and it's all dependent on your level, right?
No, that's the thing is, so you could be level 30 and you could get assigned Vedian. Like it doesn't, or you could be level 126 and get assigned bears. Like it doesn't take, which makes sense, but yeah, because it doesn't take into account your combat, which is nice, because with this like Taskmaster, you'll be getting bonus Slayer points, and like so for every 5 tasks you do, you get 25. Or after completing 5 tasks, you will receive 25 points per completed task. And this master has its own separate like task counter, so you can't like farm tasks from Neve and then go to this person. You have to, if you were to do them right now, it'll be, this is your first task.
I like that because it kind of like sometimes I'm like, I feel like doing some wilderness slaying.
Yeah,
switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, so it's really nice. You pretty much go there to farm. You get a lot of points. You get like a really good amount, which is nice for the people like me that skip crappy tasks. And if you're, getting thrown like shitty tasks 5 times in a row, like it's nice to be able to go somewhere and, farm up a bunch of points and unlock whatever you want to unlock, or block or cancel whatever you want to block or cancel. So that's pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
And they released the Slayer staff. I believe its max hit is 40.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's pretty not as nice as the whip, but you now have like alternative methods to train for Slayer, and it's really nice because if you're an Iron Man or something and you want to do Dagonoth Kings or even Zulrah and you don't have a trident, or you're kind of hurting on supplies or items, you can use this enchanted Slayer staff.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get it as 2,500 charges once you create it. You can't put runes or anything in it. You gotta keep the runes with you. And you need 75 magic, 55 Slayer equipped. It's pretty good.
I can dig it.
Yeah, so it's a nice little magic training alternative for Slayer, so that'll help out everyone. I feel like I'm forgetting something with the Master. I don't think so. Oh, with while you're on task, any creature that you're killing, they have a chance to drop a tier 1 emblem. So you can get this in any world, including Deadman mode.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah, potential to, get a 100k drop from a bear. That's pretty nice. For your 100th task, for your 100th Wilderness Slayer task, you will receive 25 times the regular points, and then 250 is 35 times, and 1,000 is 50 times.
Shit.
And yeah, so that's crazy amount of points
When you get there.
Yeah, so I was kind of thinking it might be crappy for PVMers getting jumped by PKers, but I mean, unless you're getting a boss, you can skip the bosses. But a lot of like, what PKing clan is gonna go search the bears for a guy doing Slayer, right? You can 3-item if you're like a decent level. You can 3-item all of these guys, including the lava dragons and green dragons. You can save spot them.
I'm just hoping that what this does, it makes so that, like, let's say I'm in the wilderness and I'm trying to PK someone. When I'm jumping between PKing spots, like, you have a chance of running into someone. Just
Yeah, I think they're trying to create more random interactions, like, as in, like, you're running through the wilderness and you bump into someone else. I think that's kind of what they want with this. So, like, really what it comes off as. I mean,
I hope so, too. That's what I want, too.
It's still going to be, like, a clan of max PKers or pures killing guys that are 3-iteming. Like, that's still what it's going to be, but, you know, at least
sometimes that's going to happen, but it's also going to be sometimes where it's going to be, like, just me roaming. You'll see someone and you'll kill them. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll get a bunch
but
of,
I mean, like,
green dragon hides or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you'll get noted dragon bones, right?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, it'd be pretty nice. So, yeah, that's it for the Slayer stuff. It's pretty cool. I like it. It gives the wilderness more of like a wilderness, you know, or gives the Slayer more of like a wilderness, you know, scary vibe where you're kind of killing bears and but you're still worried, right? You still don't want to get jumped.
Yeah. Although, yeah, pretty much. I want to challenge you on that one because I thought I remember them saying when they were pulling it that the tasks would depend a little bit on your combat level. Like if you're level 3, you're not going to be getting lava dragons, and if you're level 126, you won't be getting bears.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard a lot of word. Like my one friend who's like 115 or something. I don't know. He's a higher level. He was getting like scorpions and bears, and
I'll go try it afterwards.
I think he got fire giants or something.
Well, but I'm gonna challenge it because I remember reading that. I could be wrong, and I don't see anything here that specifies. So
yeah, well, I think the main thing is they understand that if you go into the wilderness, you're going there for Slayer points, right? Because you can get assigned any of these. I don't think you can get assigned mammoths or ents, but you can get assigned like any of these monsters that, you know, with a normal task guy, like even wilderness bosses and shit. So I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We'll find that out later, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what level you are.
I'm gonna disagree, but yeah, we'll test it. Anyways, let's.
So yeah, other news. They've fixed pricing of like Grand Exchange stuff. You know, make it more accurate because you know some people have been abusing it more often.
Per usual.
Yep. They made the mummy and pyramid plunder only attack the player who awakes it.
Good.
The equipment icon for the Dragon Defender trimmed has been like adjusted so it doesn't clip through the slot border. They've made it more centered.
All right.
The Bandos Godsword special does the same thing as the Dragon Warhammer does on Tecton.
Oh,
so even if you hit a 0, you'll still drain its defense.
Okay, cool.
They changed the sound of the skeletal magi, or magi, whatever you want to call it. When the weakness spell is cast, you know, the sound's been improved.
Alright.
So, yep. They, changed some, like, graphical errors with the farmer straw hat, and they made a little quality of life change, the agility pyramid, where you climb the rocks at the entrance, it won't put you in a place where you can't move, because that would happen sometimes.
Alright, cool.
It was kind of weird. But yeah. They also had a live stream of the RuneScape documentary that finally came out.
Well, it's just straight up on YouTube. Not really, is it?
Yeah,
well,
they had a live stream of it. It's on their YouTube channel. I think it's like an hour and a half. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched like the 10 minutes of it or something on the live stream, and then I wanted to like watch the whole thing like from the beginning, so I just watched the whole thing on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty well done. No complaints. It's not like cringy or anything. It's actually pretty cool. It shows like pretty much from the beginning, like, you know, when the Gower brothers, you know, when they were kids, and like just kind of like a little bit about them, you know, how they get into programming and the art and the story, and because like each of the brothers pretty much worked on like a specific part of it.
Yeah.
Either story lore wise or art wise, or, you know, and then it kind of just like runs through the motions of it starting up and how they struggled to maintain like the servers because so many people were joining. I don't know. It's really good.
Nice.
I won't go on to it. But
did we make it in?
No, not this year.
Oh, the show didn't make it. That sucks.
No. We'll apply. We'll apply for documentary. You know,
we're still irrelevant, boys. We're still irrelevant. One day.
We'll get there.
One day we'll be the Howard Stern of RuneScape. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll go to RuneFest and we'll just advertise, and then we'll become big.
Hand out business cards.
Yeah, but they're all done by hand.
Yeah,
I can't afford to print out business cards yet.
We'll be like the monks in the Toronto streets.
What do they do?
These monks, they'll walk up and they'll give you this like bracelet or something, and they're just like, "Please donate money, or else it's like really bad luck and shit like that." Which
fuck that.
It goes against like the whole monk Buddhist shit or whatever. I don't know.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, it's a huge scam. Because you'd see them everywhere.
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
No, straight up look it up. I know I'm not just talking shit. It probably sounds a little racy, but trust me. Just look up Toronto monk scam. Boom! There it is. Okay, good. I'm not just racist.
Man, every time I've gone to Toronto, I always have like fucking annoying interactions with homeless people. I don't know what it is with me and like homeless people, but they always will pick me out in a crowd and they'll just like fucking hound me for money.
Cause you sit there and probably stare at them, or you're like waving like $100. Wearing some Versace.
I'm wiping my sweat off with a $50 bill and like throwing it in the trash. But like other than that, no. But like I actively don't look in their direction, and like they'll just fucking like walk in front of me and go, "Hey, you got any money? No, man. Please, just $1. I have no change. Let me see." No, like fuck yourself. I'm not gonna show you my wallet. I'm not pulling it out to a guy. Yeah, I don't have to show you shit. I've had homeless people come up and sing to me for money, tell me really bad jokes. Yeah, when we was it Christmas? No, it wasn't Christmas. It was, I think it was Thanksgiving when we went to the museum.
Oh, and
then we went to like
factory afterwards.
Yeah, outside the spaghetti factory, I had a homeless man walk up to me and sing to me, and then ask me for money, and everyone's looking at me, and I'm like, "Sorry, dude. You know, I don't have any money."
Yeah, dude, remember that one homeless guy when you're fumbling your pockets for like your lighter, and he just throws a lighter from like down the street, and I'm just like, dude, that guy's got the best awareness. I've like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
He didn't even ask me for money.
Yeah, I know.
He was like the happiest dude ever. He's like, "Oh, my family is safe. That's all that matters. Anything can happen to me. I'm living life. I'm down on my luck." He's like really like upbeat guy, and that's like the one homeless guy I would have given money, but I didn't have any money.
He's only upbeat because he's on drugs.
Yeah, probably. Let's get real. Probably fucking wasted. But anyways, let's move on to more news.
In Toronto today, I've heard. No, I'm just kidding. Go on.
The Toronto Sun. Yeah. So they had a little dev blog that came out on Wednesday, April 12th, and it was all about Fossil Island, which is actually kind of neat because they originally intended to add Fossil Island like before 2007, like when, or not, maybe not before, but when they added the Varrock Museum curator and the kudos and all that stuff. This was intended to go along with it, but they didn't have the funds or the means to actually get this done.
I think they had planned for it to come out in the future, and it was just like the ideas and shit were just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
10 years later, nice, and here they are.
Yeah, some of the people that have been wanting or that were working on it, 10 years ago, or they're like pretty happy because now they're actually getting to do it.
It's gonna be some Duke Nukem Forever shit right here.
Yeah, except it's gonna be good.
I actually like that game.
Yeah, it was okay.
I really
But yeah. So yeah, I'll just start from the beginning. So the curator guy, Hag Hallen, he like needs your help like to finish the construction of a barge to fit the Varrock Museum crew to like an unexplored like island.
dope.
And yeah, so like this quest will kind of have you venturing around Gilnor, and you kind of help out the Varrock Museum and getting there.
Awesome.
And yeah, once you get there, you'll unlock Fossil Island. And so those are quests that they're playing with. They added a poll. So should the Fossil Island and the quest would be called Bon Voyage, which is
I like it.
very punny. Like Bon Voyage,
as
but
per usual.
bone.
Those
Yeah.
damn Brits.
Yeah. So, if they want the entry quests, and I think they were doing well. I actually don't remember, but yeah.
I like that idea. I hope they both.
It
pass.
probably will. Probably
Yeah.
be like everyone likes new quests.
Yep.
So, yep. And, the fossils that are all over, or let me say that again. So on Fossil Island, there's going to be fossils like kind of scattered throughout the world, and you can like obtain these fossils and like kind of collect them, and you, use them to like barter your way into like various parts of the island, and you contribute them for a new expansion to the Varrock Museum. And I think these give you kudo rewards too. I think I heard that somewhere.
Cool.
Which is, or kudos, whatever. Kudos, however you want to call it.
Interesting.
Yep.
I say that because
and-
right now I'm in an issue with the kudos because for the Varrock Hard Diaries you need to have like, I don't know, let's just say 150 kudos, right? And you can get, let's say like I'm making these numbers up, I could be wrong. I'm just trying to guess. A long time ago I did this, but you can get about 100 of the kudos points from just doing shit just from around in the museum and like giving them items and stuff like that. But then the rest of them have to come from doing quests and then talking to the guy afterwards.
Yep.
So if you're going to be able to get kudos a different way, because like I was planning on getting the Varrock Hard Diaries done like a really long time ago, like over a year, maybe 2 years even. And I stopped because I was like, I'm so sick of grinding out all these fucking quests.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just saying, let's see if there's any, oh my god, they fucking devalued my hard diaries. Or diaries in general.
Well, maybe they gave value because now you can get them a lot more easily. Because you don't have it yet, do you?
My hard diary? No, because I have to get like 3 more quests done. I'm just like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, exactly. Make it easier for you. But yeah, so like they're upping the maximum kudos rewards and stuff. And there's like a lot of things you can do on the island for the points, including, collecting the fossils, which will kind of be fun. Day one, everyone finding the locations and telling you.
Yeah.
And so when you contribute, let me go back. So with like the expansion of Fossil Island, they're going to be adding a paleontology floor to the Varrock Museum, and that's where you'll put all your fossils and stuff.
Cool.
And every time you give them a fossil, you'll get a crafting or construction level or reward.
Okay.
And it scales based off what the current levels are.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah. So they're going to be adding skilling on the fossil and some new ways of skilling. So there's going to be hardwood farming. So you'll be able to plant like teak or mahogany trees.
Cool.
And they've pulled, would you like this to be a thing? The teak trees would be 35 farming, the mahogany would be 55 farming. I mean, yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to make construction cheaper. It's going to make construction more viable.
Maybe raising the levels up a little bit, but that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Next.
So they'll be adding plant-like animals on the island that can be tracked, via hunter.
Oh, cool.
Yep. And yeah, when fed herb seeds, it will grow herbs on their back.
Oh, wow, what?
Yeah, so I don't really know what these guys are going to look like, but yeah. So it's cool. It's like it's hunting and herbal are put together, which is pretty nice.
That's fucking sick. I like that.
Yeah, so when you track them down, you can feed whatever herbs you want, and then after X amount of time, the herbs will kind of grow on their back, and you got to find them and pick them off.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty nice. I don't know if it's like because with farming, like if you're farming Renars and you have the magic secateurs, the worst is when your herb patch dies, but also when they don't die, you can get like a crap ton of Renars from the one seed. So I don't know if this is going to be like the herbs won't die, but you'll get a fixed amount type of a thing.
It could be. It could be just... Yeah, I don't know. It could even be something where like you're roaming around the island and you're like, oh, I found some tracks. Let's see where they go. And I have some, herbs on me because I was slaying these, whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Now, quickly, I just want to make the comparison to... It says you'll farm the herbs off their back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting this to be similar to cutting fins off a shark.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
Rip off the herbs and just kind of toss them in the trash.
Yeah, I'm expecting to just like flop around for a bit and like you'll come back.
Yeah. Make some nice soup.
Yeah, it can make some soup.
Yeah. So I think with like you were saying, they kind of want you to... They want it to be like a passive thing where like, oh, I'm going to go to Fossil Island and do some shit.
Yeah.
You bring a couple seeds with you and whatnot, because along with this, they're going to be adding birdhouse traps.
Oh, cool.
And so you need crafting and hunter level. So for pretty much you make birdhouses and then birds kind of collect in them and then, they die and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have to fill them with seeds in order to get the birds in and whatnot. And yeah, so it passively, captures the birds, and then you'll go and claim experience. And they kind of just want this to be a passive way to gain experience. They said it's going to be like, 1% of efficient, hunters. So this won't be optimal. This will just kind of be like, I'm running through Fossil Island. I'll just restock my bird houses as I run through them.
That's cool. I really like that.
Yeah, so they have regular bird houses, which require 5 crafting and 5 hunter. And then they have like oak and willow and teak, and the highest is teak with 35 crafting and 34 hunter.
Right on.
So pretty low requirements. Yeah. And, so I don't know. Fossil Island really does come off as like, this is like a mid like level type of a zone, because all the content they're adding is for like end game, you're maxed. What else do I do? I think they're adding in content that everyone can do, but it's mainly geared towards like mid-level people that can go do interesting stuff, because that's where the majority of the players like kind of quit, if you think about it.
True, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, when you first start, you got your goals, you have all these quests, all these level 1 skills you want to get up. Maybe you're in full rune and you're starting to get your dragon pieces and whatever. And then eventually you get to a point where you're like, I'm level 70. I got level 70s and stuff. It's either I quit now or I go for 99s. Like, this is brutal. And so most people just end up like kind of slowly quitting at that point. Like I did that when I got to that point, and I ended up just coming back to it because of my friends.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, once you hop over that hump, I feel like you're just like, you won't ever feel like that, because even though grinding 99s is brutal, you can always just be like, well, fuck, I don't have to. I can go kill bosses. I can go do this. So I can do like all the endgame shit now. I don't need to grind out wood cutting or grind out rune crafting.
Yep. Yeah, they just kind of, because when you're low level, there's so much shit that you need to or you can do. And then once you have like half the quest done, you're like, what quest do I need? I have recipe for disaster done. What else do I really need? Yeah, I don't know. Giving people that extra push to kind of find things to do, which is nice. But yeah, so with the addition to Fossil Island, they also want to add Ultra Compost, which is, the next level up from Super.
Sure.
And, there'll be volcanic ash found on the island, and you use it like, you can mix it with a Hairlander and create a compost potion, which is now an actual way to get it, because before you would get it through, like, you would unlock it through, like, Garden of Tranquility and then Nightmare Zone.
Oh, yeah, you could just buy them.
Yeah, like, it would be a rewarding Garden of Tranquility or, Nightmare Zone. So, yeah, it's cool. They're kind of adding more convenient methods. And, so pretty much when you use this on a bucket of compost, the volcanic ash will just create ultra compost. And you'll be able to like put it in a bin of super compost, and then it'll just turn to ultra and you can just take it out like that. And with one of the bigger things that are coming out, they're going to have ancient wyverns, which are a new type of wyverns that requires 66 Slayer to kill.
Okay.
And, they'll only be assigned once you complete the Bon Voyage quest. If it, gets passed. And so now these guys will offer unique drops that are, only found through them. One of them will be the Granite Boots. So it's one of the new unique drops from, Fossil Island. Require 50 defense and strength equipped. They offer strength bonus, defensive stats that are better than Rune Boots. So it's a nice, little gap between Rune and Dragon.
Cool.
They'll have the Granite Longsword. So that's 50 attack and 50 strength. And it'd be the best slash weapon for anyone with level 50 to 60 attack.
Nice. You finally wield full granite.
The one thing is this better? It says 50 to 60, so does this make it better than the Dragon Scimitar? I can actually compare the stats right now if you want.
Sure. I'm imagining it's going to have better slash, but lower melee strength.
Yeah, that's quite possible. Which would mean, what, be better for PVM? So looking at the stats, it's got way more slash bonus, and... Wait, not way more, sorry. Actually, I'm very wrong. It's 2 less slash bonus and 4 less melee strength.
Okay. So it's people who are like, I don't know.
It's got a lot more stab, though. I don't know if that matters, but yeah, so it's not better than the Dragon Scimitar, thankfully. I mean, I guess it's a good gap between Rune Scimitar and Dragon. You can get the Granite Longsword in between.
And you can also, Maulers, Granite Maulers can train strength. With
much more conveniently, Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I don't know, I'm pretty happy with that. I like that. And then they're going to be adding the Ancient Wyvern Shield, so it's going to be a strong defensive and offensive shield for magic. So it's they went back on this, but in the dev blog or in the post, if you guys also read it, they do say it provides defense stats similar to a charged Dragonfire Shield.
Okay.
Which would require 75 defense and 70 magic. But they also went back and they're going to be looking at the numbers on Tuesday, I believe, after the holiday weekend, because it's Easter weekend. Because, it's kind of silly that this would be better than a Dragon Fire Shield. Just because of the offensive magic stats and stuff.
But for casting magic, it would lower all your melee.
Well, yeah. But, it's still kind of silly that best in slot pretty much for not best in slot, but it'd be really good.
It's good for defense if you need defense and you're casting magic. So
you're doing Dagonoth Kings or you're tridenting Zulrah, you know what I mean? And you need the defense.
Yeah, it'll help you. I mean, I still use the crystal. Actually, no, that'll definitely help you.
Yeah, so they're looking on reducing the defensive stats because there's some backlash on it. It's not all set in stone yet. They're talking about it. They even said, they're going to be changing the numbers once the weekend comes out. They're going to be discussing about changing it at least. So it's not exactly set in stone, so don't worry too much. But, so going on with, you'll get the Visage from the Wyverns and you'll attach it to an elemental shield and you need 66 magic and 66 smithing to actually make it with those two pieces.
Seems a bit low, but
yeah, so it is what it is. They're talking about all this stuff still, right? It's not set in stone.
No, I'm just saying they do this with everything. You need to make the toxic blowpipe, you need 50 crafting.
Yeah.
And I'm the blowpipe's one of the best weapons in the game. You need fucking only 50 crafting. But I think at this point, they're just who gives a shit? People are gonna just give it to someone else to make.
Yeah, or they'll sell it, right? And you can buy it and whatnot.
Yeah, sell it and then buy one that's already been made.
Yeah, I think they do this keeping in mind of Iron Man and stuff. They don't want to I'm level 70 and I just got this. Now I need to grind, a couple weeks of getting all the shit for smithing. Yeah. They'll probably, it's not set in stone yet. They're gonna be pulling the requirements and whatnot. But okay. So it works just like the Dragon Fire Shield. It starts off with no stats, but it has to be charged by using the fossils on the shield. Not sure exactly what that means. Maybe fossils are a drop or something, or
could be. I don't know.
Yeah, so something. I don't really. Maybe it's a guaranteed drop from these new wyverns. Maybe they drop fossils. Who knows? Well, we don't know. That's for sure. So, yeah, much like the Dragon Fire Shield, when you activate it, it has a wyvern-like attack, and its stats get lowered or whatever, and you have a chance to freeze the target.
Damn.
So pretty nice.
Kill.
So they're going to be adding underwater thieving and agility. They're going to be having a special little zone. I was actually watching one of the guys doing the art for this, like making the clams and stuff on stream. It's kind of cool. The zone looks pretty nice, but yeah, the agility, you'll encounter underneath. It's like a new agility course, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like a set course. You kind of go wherever you want, and the experience and the skill goes. It kind of passively goes as you do your stuff underwater. Using the shortcut. So that's kind of cool. Hopefully, it's balanced.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so the experience earned will be competitive. So this actually kind of goes off my offhand comment. It won't exceed other agility methods, but it'll be good. And you'll be able to earn this experience while you're just doing other stuff, because everyone hates fucking training agility. So let's just give you some passive agility that's good while you're, thieving or something, doing whatever. With the thieving content underwater, it's not going to be like thieving from the same NPC or stall for 2 hours until you blow your brains out. You'll be like running around looting different treasure chests that are all around, doing that as quickly as possible. And so there's going to be currents that go around this new zone, and you kind of have to utilize them.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Or avoid the currents. And yeah, they'll push you away or towards where you want. So think of it as like the Pokemon ice caves where you're sliding into all the rocks. It's going to be something similar to that.
Yeah, or the Team Rocket fucking conveyor belts.
Yeah, it's going to be like that type of stuff. And so that's pretty nice. Cool. Yeah, the treasure chests will appear in all different places, so you kind of have to pay attention. The experience provided is not comparable to the top existing methods. It'll serve as like a fun way to train both thieving and agility.
Yeah.
Because they always, kind of go hand in hand. So that's nice. They're going to be adding seaweed farming in this new zone.
Okay. That
will require 23 farming, and giant seaweed will be grown underwater. And when you burn this giant seaweed, you get 2 soda ash. So it's really nice for Iron Men. And, alternative methods to get soda ash instead of like hoping to buy it at the charter guys.
Yeah, okay.
To make your glass and whatnot. So yeah, that's really nice. They're going to have underwater fishing. I'm kind of excited to hear about this stuff. So there's a couple different ways to fish in the underwater area. Like you'll have nets, or you'll just chase down the fish. The nets will be set up to kind of catch the fish as they go through, obviously. And then, chasing your prey with the harpoon or a trident. You got to keep up and kill it as it moves and whatnot. So agility is going to be really nice for this. Let you use the shortcuts and whatnot. And, the experience isn't going to be the best, but it will give you a chance to train, fishing, or train this fishing, like, with hunter and agility. So I probably rephrased this incorrectly. It's underwater fishing, but it's hunter experience.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they don't really, it's just underwater fishing. You're chasing them and you're hunting them pretty much.
You get both hunting and fishing experience.
Well, it's they say like it gives you oh wait, yeah, sorry.
Some of them do. It's okay. So there's
setting
different
up,
ways of doing it. I think you get different types of experience for it.
Yeah, so there's multiple ways to do it. You can get fishing or hunter or whatever, or agility. Well, you're gonna get agility with it. But yeah, it's great to like passively train a bunch of stats while doing kind of like a mini game.
Yeah, it's a bit of a clusterfuck of a description, but basically, yeah, I feel like it's just like a cave where you just go along, you just train like a bunch of skills all at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the rewards are gonna be. They haven't really specified like if you're gonna be making money from doing the thieving or getting good food or good money from the hunting the fish. Like
I'm sure that's something they want to figure out, because like, do they want to give the rewards like mid-level rewards? Is it end-level rewards? You want it to scale with what level you are? You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
yeah, exactly. So
it's all pretty cool. I do like how I'm hoping lower levels will be excited for this as well, because.
Well, man, I'm excited for this.
I know we're excited, but like they would benefit from it the most. And the problem is, like, I knew when I was a low level, I wasn't paying attention to what was coming out. I was just there's so much in this game that it doesn't matter what's coming out because you're always stumbling across new shit anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah, like, man, I'm gonna do this stuff day one. Like, this is like some really neat content where it's just like it's a clusterfuck of things to do, but in a good way. Like the way they explain it, it's like you can do this type of mini game, and there's like it's not really a mini game, but because there's so many different things you can do, right?
Yeah, it's just like a playground. It's a sandbox.
Yeah, you go in, there's like, here's a handful of things that you can do. Now just go ahead and do them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can kind of do it as you want. And, people will probably find out optimal currents and whatnot.
Yeah.
Take these currents to get here.
People
I don't know if they're
going
to be shifting. Yeah, I don't know if they'll be shifting as they kind of go along. Like, changing so you can't have like a foolproof method. But I think regardless, it's really cool. Definitely excited to try this out.
Now, what we should do, we should try to control some of the votes here. Do a little bit of vote manipulation. All right? Because this this is what we're going to try to get. We'll get the Fossil Island and Bon Voyage to pass, and we'll scrap everything else.
Yeah,
we'll just have everything else to fail.
Dead content.
Yeah, it'll just be an island, just an empty island you only use for the quest.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Fantastic. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the news.
Well, no, we still got one last thing.
Oh, fuck my bad.
How can we forget? They have a new mini game or a group skilling activity. It's called the Volcanic Mine, aka Mining Todd.
Oh yeah, fuck me.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very similar to the Winter Todd. So you'll need 50 mining and 120 kudos. So it's not like you can just jump. Kudos. I hear people calling it kudos and kudos.
The fuck's a kudos?
So I don't know, man, but kudos. I just kind of call it both because I hear everyone calling it both. Pardon?
Nothing. Just DOS program. But anyways, go on.
Oh, true. It's a like group skilling activity, pretty much Winter Todd. You'll take part in controlling the flow of lava, removing rocks from walls, solidifying floors, and mining and depositing minerals.
That's cool. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. So with the minimum requirements, at 50 mining, you'll get like 40k an hour. At 85 mining, you'll get about 80k an hour, and 99 mining, you'll get 85k an hour. I don't know how this compares to like other methods, but this definitely seems like mining fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I hate mining. I have 75 mining. It's my lowest, like, gathering skill. I hate it.
The thing is, like, it's going to be similar to Winter Todd in the sense that, okay, I shouldn't say it's going to, but I'm assuming it will, where, like, you could die if you're not paying attention. It's not going to be hard to get your ass killed.
Yeah, most likely.
Because I know,
haven't
like,
talked about the reward. Sorry, go.
I was going to say, I made an account, a level 3 skiller, and I was, like, in my head, like, I'm going to make him a Winter Todd, like, pure or whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to grind out a shit ton of money and stuff and some fire, make an experience, and play it on the side while I'm playing my main. You can't do that shit. How many times I die because I'm like playing 2 accounts, I look over for a second, you just get comboed and just get like one hit.
Yeah, you know what you gotta do for Winter Todd? If you're AFKing, you gotta turn on sound effects.
Yeah, but like,
it lets you know when you get hit
still,
and when you're out of inventory and whatnot, so it's makes it way more like...
Even so, you gotta concentrate. It's not as AFK as I was kind of hoping for, so... What I'm trying to say is, people are still gonna be opting to use Motherlode mining or mining the ores, just because you're gonna have to pay attention in this minigame.
Yeah, and I mean, Motherlode Mine will give you ores to smith, but also, they haven't talked about the rewards you'll get.
You'll be getting ores from this mini quest or mini game.
No. For Motherlode Mine, you'll get the ores that you can smith, right?
Yeah.
But with this, they haven't really talked about the rewards. I mean, it's fair to assume that, well, they say you'll get like experience with small amount of ores and fossils, but like they kind of said that with Winter Todd, and you're getting like seeds and gear and all this new stuff.
But then again, with Winter Todd, I don't think it was. They never really called it a fire making minigame. It was more a skilling boss, and they just said fire making is going to have a huge part in it.
Yeah.
This one just seems like it's literally going to be basically just mining.
yeah, like it'll probably be a little different than Winter Todd because, you know, spice it up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see exactly what the rewards are. I'll definitely be doing it on day one because if it's anything like Winter Todd, you know, you'll be getting a shit ton of rewards and money. It'll be really good money. But yeah, hopefully they have like a unique pet, or if not, like, you know, unique gear. Even though they have the mining gear or the prospecting gear, hopefully they have something unique to like kind of bring you to it.
I want to see some smithing gear. Please, please do it for me. I want to see smithing gear that gives you like 4 times experience until you get to level 83 smithing, and then it just cuts you off there.
Yeah. I mean, you say that now until you need higher smithing, but that being said, there's actually like a lot of controversy around this new minigame.
Probably.
People are complaining about like, oh, it devalues my 99 or my...
They always say that, but like, just fuck off with that shit. I shouldn't just say that because I'm sure there's people listening who are like, nah, I don't agree with that update. I don't want this mining Todd to come out.
Well, yeah, some people are going to be against it because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's selfish, right? They have no other reason besides them being selfish if they don't want this to come out, because it's like, oh, I did this, you got to do it too. It's like, not everyone wants to stare at their screen and just click rocks. They kind of want to do other things on the side or whatever.
I could also see people worried about like, this is stumbling into an EOC kind of update chain. You know what I mean by that? Yeah, like I feel it'll keep Motherlode Mine around though, because you're gonna need the coal bag and you're gonna need the you don't need the prospecting gear, but it does help. Yeah.
Coal bag is huge for smithing in general. If you're doing blast furnace and shit, you want to have a coal bag and, you know, all that good stuff. So it's not too power creep, but like I don't think I've ever seen someone running around with a mining cape, because
nobody has it.
A lot of people have it, but like, fuck, man, who, like, I don't know, it's innovation. That's all that it really is.
See, I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I do want this update to come out. It sounds like fun. Seems like it would just be a good addition to the game. But at the same time, like, I do want this mini game part to come out, but I could understand, I guess, why some people are bitching about it a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of too late.
I think, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Zulrah, Slayer changes, fire making changes.
Yeah, you got to start changing these things because,
I mean, like this
game could easily die in a couple years. I don't think it would be that hard to kill this game, to be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely not. But like, I mean, as of right now, the game's expanding, but there's just some things that need changing, like. With woodcutting, I don't think they'll ever have something to do with woodcutting because they have, like, the Woodcutters Guild, and, like, you know, that it is what it is, right? Woodcutting Guild is kind of overpowered.
Yeah, it's woodcutting and fishing. Those two were, like, they were in its own camp, and then you had mining, because you always had to click on the ore. You had to click it every fucking time. And
I mean, when Motherlode Mining came out, how many people bitched about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is, and there's always, like, a big uproar about new things, and then once they start doing it, like, it's kind of like, well, yeah, you know, whatever. I don't know, they kind of have to do this with, like, skills. They kind of have to, like, bring fun ways or, like, more, or, like, different ways, you know what I mean? Different ways to level it up, because the fastest way is still, you know, mining iron ore. I'm pretty sure that's still the fastest leveling method.
Probably, now with shift clicking especially.
Yeah. And if you want a one ticket, it's crazy. Like, it's way more than, like, the maximum experience rates that you can get from volcanic mines. So you, like, this is definitely isn't, like, the best way to get experience, but it's way better than clicking iron ore for 20 hours.
It's fun. It's a good change up. You know what I mean? If I need to grind 90 mining for a clue scroll, this way I won't blow my brains out because I'm mining iron ore for 6 weeks. Instead, I'll be like, okay, I'll spend a week here, and then I'll spend a week there, and then I'll spend a week doing that. So that's the thing. Yeah, you want to have variety. You shouldn't kill variety. But then again, I don't know. There's an argument to be made, right? Because I know a lot of people bitched in RuneScape 3 when they released, I think it's called Runespan, which is basically a new way of doing rune crafting, which made it really easy in AFK to
see,
train.
That's different, though. I think rune crafting should always stay how it is.
But that's the thing, like why? What makes runecrafting so different than mining?
Because like runecrafting is the skill that like you do to like make money, kind of. Like no one really mines unless you're free to play to make money, or you're a skiller or something.
Back in the day, I remember mining being like one of the big ones. If someone
mining is good for free to play, but I mean, the way old school is now, like skilling in general isn't a good way to make money unless it's hunting chins or runecrafting.
Yeah, but
that's just how it is. Like runecrafting, it's like, I think runecrafting is a skill that will never change because of just like, it's known to just be runecrafting, right? Like it's kind of like, you can tell what someone enjoys by looking at their runecrafting skill, right? If they enjoy like combat or doing AFK shit, they'll have low runecrafting, or if they enjoy doing that type of thing, then they'll have high runecrafting. And it's like,
for some, but like, you're sitting there saying runecrafting is just that skill that's just a fucking pain in the ass to level, right?
Well, some people see it as a pain in the ass
skill, and now it's slowly turning into a lesser version of that.
Well, mining's not like a pain in the ass with motherload mine.
But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to make the comparison. You know what I mean? Where like, I could understand how some people could have the same feelings about mining as you do with runecrafting.
Yeah. Well, like, the thing with runecrafting is you average close to 500k an hour if you're doing nature runes. And, you're actually focusing. And so, like, that's pretty good money for just in general, right? That's good, consistent money. And at 91...
the experience getting there.
Yeah, but if you're doing runecrafting and you're doing nature runes, you're doing it for the money. You can do lava runes, which is faster, or ZMI, which is faster experience or whatever, but...
Yeah, but you're not mining for any other reason than for money, right?
Or just to get your mining level up, right? Like, I don't know how much money
people are going to be doing that with runecrafting too, though. You know what I mean? Just because you don't, I'm guaranteed there's some people who just...
Like, the thing with mining is that, like, you're not guaranteeing... Like, you don't make good money per hour in comparison to, like, other things. If you're, like, doing motherload mining or coal for an hour, you're not going to make, like, 500k an hour or whatever, like runecrafting.
Yeah, but what about, like, mining rune ore?
Yeah, like, that's good money, but you also need, like, really high mining for that, right?
That's what I'm saying. You're comparing it to nature runes. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying is nature runes at, like, level 40, you're making 500k an hour.
40?
Yeah, or 44 or whatever, right? Like, it's a low requirement to make a lot of money. And then at 91, you're making over $1 million an hour. Like, that's like better than Zalra on average.
No, I don't think it's better, but
Zalra's not consistent, right? You're not consistently going to be making $1 million an hour. But if they had like a mini game to bypass and get to 91, like that, like that's the thing. Like, yeah, runecrafting, there's a lot of money in it because everyone hates it. And that's not everyone, but you know what I mean.
Sort of. I mean, I think there's way more factors than just people don't like to runecraft. That's why you can make a lot of money from it. I also, you know what I mean? You got to factor in how useful nature runes are and like stuff like that, right? The only reason nature runes are worth that money is because of alching and shit like that, because you can make the money back. Right? So, anyways, anyone listening, let us know your arguments for having it or for not having it. I'd like to hear other people's opinions on it. Just
I mean,
I'm usually I get a little sketch out of going onto the subreddit because it's usually like a nuclear bomb goes off in the thread about the news.
Yeah, I mean, friggin' this community is known for blowing things out of proportion,
and that's why I love it.
Yeah, exactly. It's always entertaining.
Yeah. Let's get off the news and let's get on to what are you doing next week?
Well, there's Easter and whatnot, so I'll have to do that garbage, that junk.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, probably hit 90 woodcutting. Oh, like maybe depends on like what else I do, but yeah, probably just playing games and not really too much. I gotta set some like more interesting goals on my main account because 90 woodcutting's pretty boring to talk about. I mean, I got my free-to-play guy. I'll be going for 50 magic and 40 prayer. So I can farm Obor. I think I have like 10 keys sitting on him right now, so...
Nice.
Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky. Get those hill giant clubs. Make some cash.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what about yourself?
My week next week, probably not going to get my smithing to 83 like I'm hoping for. I'm trying to beat Final Fantasy 15 because I decided once I beat that game, I'm gonna buy another story game. And
Well, there's so many that have come out.
straight up, I've been looking at No Man's Sky because they've added some updates and since the game came out, everyone hated it, shit on it. You never heard anything about
This
it
game's
since.
boring, dude.
It's
so boring.
But they have added some updates that make me kind of interested because I just like space games and stuff like that.
I'm gonna
It sounds
recommend
fun.
you not. I've played it. I have probably 8 hours played at my buddy's house.
When's the last time you played it?
I don't even know.
Have you played it since the Pathfinder update?
Probably not.
Yeah, there's apparently there's these big updates that have come out and have really improved the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find that No Man's Sky. What I found, the world is so big, but there's so little to okay, you go around and find creatures, collect stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Look it up now because they've added some updates. Because when the game first came out, I was watching and paying attention, and I'm yeah, this game looks fucking boring and really grindy. I'm not gonna get it. And then months go by, and then just nothing ever heard about it. So I went on the subreddit, and I was just did they ever come back to the game? The company that made it, did they ever do anything? Oh yeah, they've released 2 really big updates, and they've really added in some of the things that they wanted the original game to have. It's not where it was supposed to be, but it's getting there. It's a lot better than what it was. And I was okay, I might actually check it out.
There's that robot dinosaur game for PS4. You should definitely get. Fuck, what's it called?
Robot dinosaur game? Yeah, probably.
Let me see if I can find it. What's it called? Horizon Zero Dawn. You should apparently that game.
Oh, I've heard of Horizon. I just don't know anything.
Apparently, my buddy plays it. And he apparently it's one of the fucking best games. It's gonna win a lot of awards probably. Apparently it's a top tier, really really good story game. And apparently you should get that game. Apparently that game's amazing and it's a PS4 exclusive.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And Nier Automata. Those are
yeah. That's
those are
another game
two
I'm looking at too. I got a whole catalog.
I know
straight up. What I might actually do is I have games from years ago that I've I want to play this game, and I just don't game as much as I used to. So by the time I get around to buying a new game, I've moved on to some new game that came out. So I'm thinking of going back and maybe getting Dying Light or some of those older games that just are kind of cheaper now and shit like that. But yeah, we'll see. But I still gotta beat Final Fantasy 15, so we're gonna keep looking around, keeping our eyes out. Yep. So that's cool. We'll go jump on that, and let's end this because man, I'm fucking tired. I feel like I've been slurring and mumbling.
Yeah,
my
I gotta
words
go in 20 minutes
episode, so
apparently too. It's bullshit.
It's fucking bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I just want to stay home, play video games.
That's the life.
Yep.
Oh well. All right, guys. Guess we'll see you next week.
Yeah, tune in next week.
Toodaloo.
We'll eat apples on stream.
Okay, Gala.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like Fiji. We'll go Fiji.
To stay up to date with show news, RuneScape news, or just shit posts and hang out, you can find us on Twitter at The Wilderness RS. You can feel free to join our Facebook group at facebook.com/The Wilderness Podcast. We also have a YouTube channel set up, so feel free to check us out by just searching the name of the show on YouTube. You'll also see it over at Twitter and on Facebook as well. We also have an email set up, so if you want to get in contact, maybe you have some questions or something you want to hear discussed, a story you want to tell us, or just some feedback, you can email us at thewildernesspodcast@gmail.com. And we also have a Discord set up. And if you feel like you want to join and maybe hang out and play with some other scapers, just let us know. Send us a message and get in contact, and we'll get you in there. Thanks again for listening. We can't appreciate it enough. Have a good night.